Alright, welcome back guys. Today we are looking at ship and weapon pack. This one is interesting because this is one of the most essential mods I have ever played with, and I never covered it. This is one of the first mods I ever used, and I cannot imagine going without it. So without any more introduction, let's get right into it. Let's get into the stuff that this mod adds. And of course, in the background, you can see me trying to play with the Excelsior. Yes, I'm not responsible for any damages this clip might do to you, because I'm goddamn bad. I cannot play with it at all. Also, after I will spotlight more mods, I'm thinking about doing a tier list. And spoiler alert, this would be an S tier, because it's must have. First of all, this mod adds cool ships. These ships are, however, one of the most balanced ships I have played with. They blend very nice with the vanilla game, and same with weapons and even special modifications that I was even surprised are not in a core game. For example, shield bypass, which allows you to remove the shields to gain some extra power. So run. It's a nicely balanced mod, but what's next about it? In nearly every video you see one, and it's the boss bounties. These are special missions that you can find in a bar, which give you a challenge, and I might add, they are quite hard, so you will need amazing fleets to defeat them with a great reward. Usually it gives you a unique ship, and there's a bunch of them, and oh my god, I did so many videos on them, so if you want to check some of the IBBs, check some of these videos. Ships. Alright, let's get through some of these ships that I find interesting and have some experience with. Let's start with the Victory class. We already have someone mentioned that is just one of his favorite ships. Great timing, man. Alright, what is this ship about? First of all, it has these two built-in assault guns. One thing special about them, they have a magazine, so you can burst someone really fast. Also, other things you can notice, it has a bunch of weapon slots, 4 of the large ones and bunch of mediums. This is the build I'm going with, and yeah, I really like it. First of all, one thing to notice, these two back large slots are usually not used extensively. However, if you think about it, we could be using broadside? Alright, yeah, I'm surprised. We can use broadside, but however, the ship isn't going there. Yeah, I'm usually using the ship facing frontally. Yo, the plan with the ship is using bunch of anti-shield guns, so you can break shields and then use these assault guns to break through their armor and just wreck the enemy ships. Funny story is, before we start, I didn't like this ship. At first time I found it quite weak. More that I understand this game, this is a really decent ship. One thing to note is it costs 55 points to deploy, so it's relatively quite expensive. Onslaught, I know, not the best thing to go against, but whatever. This is quite expensive, and this mod is, as I said, balanced, so it's not relatively OP. And I must say for now, I bit prefer my Pandemonium, which costs only 5 points more. So we're starting to fight. As you can see, I'm not firing the main armaments, the big guns. I want to get through his shot first. Fast went. And yeah, are we in range? Yeah, it seems like it. And we are bursting his armor down super fast. And he's... so we can use our special ability to glance close in, and we're ripping it apart. Why is he hunting? I swear I didn't cheat it. And as our friend said, yeah, it's not OP as Paragon, but yeah, I'm right now thinking I was comparing a lot of 60-point ships to Paragon, and that thing is broken, so I totally can imagine this being a 55-point ship, which is balanced. Not like Paragon, of course. Yep, I'm very surprised. As I said, I didn't like the ship at first very much, like when I started playing the game necessarily. But now, yeah, if you keep these guns at bay for when it's time to burst something down, Flux is manageable. I like the ship a lot. I'm surprised. I like it very much. I don't know if it will break my love for Paragon, but yeah, it won't. I love the ship. And now, the Cathedral class. The big boy. This is what you might expect. It's basically a whole station that is moving towards you with great amount of firepower. What's the big difference between this huge ship comparing to things like this, and others? Also, there are a bunch of more mods that add these kind of things. This is one of the most balanced ones, I would say. But still, for 85 points to deploy, yeah, it's on the stronger side. I wouldn't say this is underpowered ship or anything. This thing is slow, and it takes the job of something big in the battlefield that you can fall back to. Great range. It is basically a space station, so it supports your fleet in big things. Increased salvage, surveying equipment, bunch of stuff, but it's really big, so you won't be that stealthy. And also one more noticeable thing, as you would expect, a bunch of cargo base, crew, and fuel, but one thing is amazing about it, it has 6 burn speed, which is decent, great, like why not? Let's hope it in the battle. As I said, it costs 85 points to deploy. Let's go with a bunch of things because usually people run from this ship. The special ability of this ship is mines, pretty decent mines. This ship does not do anything crazy you would probably expect for this size, but that's the balancing factor. It shouldn't be so broken that it destroys the game. It doesn't have insane amount of firepower. It's decent firepower. It's the sheer bigness of the ship. The ship is huge, so it will be some sort of station that you can fall behind, and it's the supporting thing of your fleet that will tank some damage, and this thing is not afraid to take some. Also, one great thing to be noticed, like it's formed in the compartment, so when you flux things, the rest of the ship still shoots, and that means that the whole main thing, like you don't have many weapons on the main hull. Basically, your whole flux is used to keep the shields going and keep this thing alive. Alright, we're not killing them. This ship can be a backbone of your fleet. Is it too strong? It's definitely much more balanced than any other of these big ships, but it's still quite strong, especially how much damage it can soak up. Next on our list is the Chronos. And yeah, as you would expect, I don't get this ship. I find it super bad. Well, I came right out. Even in the bio says, it trades the firepower for speed. Special ability is slowing the time, so you burst someone down and you're faster than them. But for 40 points, the lack of armaments is laughable. You get only 1 large slot and 3 mediums. And one more thing, guys, tell me, what's your favorite medium energy weapons? Because I find them all weak. This ship should be fast, and it is. Look at it, it's pretty fast. It should outmaneuver and destroy all its enemies, but yeah, like look at it. How am I supposed to with 68 outmaneuver this ship? Like how? Like what's faster about this? Okay, time, slowing time, and I know I'm playing like crap, but come on, it's not fast enough. Well, we destroyed it, but however, it's like, oh, I forgot to fire. I didn't fire these guns. Alright, doesn't matter. So, we destroyed the whole ship just using the plasma cannon. I don't like the ship at all. But however, for me it works best with the plasma cannon because the plasma cannon does so much damage, but uses so much flux, so usually you cannot use it because you will burn through your flux immediately. But this ship has so little of the slots, this gun is possible to manage. And now, one very interesting ship, and I really like it. It's the Vindicator. Yeah, it's like Vindicators from Rick and Morty, damn. This is interesting ship and I enjoy it quite a lot. I found this ship in more variants around the sector. For example, it having more of these guns, and these guns are what's the ship about. So you also can find this ship having 2 of these, which is, in my opinion, kinda better. It costs 28 points to deploy. And the point of this ship is long-range firepowers. You keep your distance and you bombard your enemies from far away. If you have 2 of these cannons, you bombard them much better. For me, range in this game is very important. You already know I enjoy this ship quite a lot. And now I would love to talk about these 2 fast destroyers. Both are decent. This one is more expensive. It costs around 18 points to deploy. Must say, decent amount of firepower. It's very good and very fast. This one, however, is cheaper, and I prefer this one. This is amazing ship in the early game, especially if you're piloting it. As you can see, we are super fast. The special ability is more being fast. We actually can get around the Dominator, and soon we will encircle him. We should get farther away for the point defense systems, and we got around. It doesn't have insane amount of firepower, but for the point cost of the ship, it's absolutely manageable. Like we got, this ship is amazing. amazing when the enemy ships are retreating and you can catch them and destroy them relatively fast. This is very similar ship, however it's more expensive, and I think this does the same job for less points. 14 points carriers, as always. These are pretty decent. A lot of firepower, cannot go wrong with them. This ship is pretty interesting, like it doesn't have a lot of firepower, but it has enough for it. So with the mobility, you can actually do something. Not like the 40-point ship. This ship costs 30 points to deploy, and it's decent. Like, it's not overpowered, it's very balanced. Why do I have extended magazines? Yeah, I should have other mods on that, but you know what I mean. Then we have this ship. It's basically an 18-point Dominator, bit less firepower, but it's quite maneuverable, so this thing is good as well. And now for the Excelsior, and yeah, I am super bad at this ship. If you're knowledgeable of this ship, please tell me what kind of things I should put on it in terms of mods. I would guess everyone saw the Excelsior already in some YouTube videos. Destroying the whole space station, destroying the IBB, like the Nike, and the Zeus with no problem. This ship is very good in the right hands, and it costs 20 points to deploy, and the right hands are not mine. How this ship works, you have to use your special F key abilities. It basically eats things around you and gaining your flux. As you can see, we gain some flux, and now we shoot stronger things, and also we can use the cloak. This ship is very interesting because you want to be relatively high flux to use your firepower and also have the ability to escape, but it's really hard. Let's get a bunch of enemies and let's see what can we do. One trick you can do, we're gonna fire one Reaper and eat it to gain the flux. You also gain health over time. But I'm really bad with this ship. Help me, people. Yep, okay. No, I overloaded. No, why the hell? What are you doing? Oh, God damn it. I'm so fucking bad with it. Nice. And overloaded. You cannot get too many of these things because you get overloaded pretty fast. As you can see, we can get health. Now we have stronger shots. Oh no, oh no. Ah, okay. Okay, I'm getting a bit better. There are the rockets, come on. No. Come on. Let's try not to get all the rockets. Ah, bloody hell. Oof. Ah, blood. Yes, you get the point, right? I will try playing with this ship. I will get better. Rip me. And the last thing, guys, the weapons. I have chosen 3 weapons that I will show to you right now. These I use the most, and I have the most experience with. The first are the large rockets. These are Yampi rockets with insane 5000 range. These rockets have not crazy amount of damage, but decent, so usually they destroy light aircraft very fast. They're quite fast, so they're not as easily destroyed, and they have bunch of ammo. These are very nice. Then we have the Plasma Flamer. This is a very close range monster. It shoots flames and it has insane DPS. And the last thing is the lightning gun. It has pretty terrible flux ratio. However, you cannot miss this. It's basically lightning that hits the target immediately. The flamer shoots like this, and this does so much damage. You can see the rocket and you can see also the lightning gun. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me your thoughts down in the comments below. I cannot wait to read them all, and I will see you next time. Ciao, ciao.
Like and subscribe.